All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Humble This Place, Humble Roads, walking on the road. One of our people disappeared, working on coming back, but that's fine. Since the last time um, we played, we learned who the next president of the United States is going to be. We loved, we laughed, we cried, and we cried, and we cried some more. And now that we've dried our tears, we're here to play Dungeons and Dragons. We're kind of starting in the middle of it. This is an exciting one that I've been looking forward to.
I just lost everybody.
Why don't we have Pua? Why don't you give
You want to just
the
share?
the recap? Tell us what had been going on.
Okay. Well, we made it to the bandit stronghold. And we managed to get past the guards by going after a cart and killing the bandits and people that had the cart, taking the cart and using it to almost do a Trojan horse type maneuver to get into the bandit stronghold. Once we were inside, Allinger and Q were locked up because they were posing as prisoners. Benson is currently disguised as a wolf. By disguised, I mean transformed into a wolf. And we're talking to Bethany the Gowla.
Yeah, amazingly enough, if you believe it or not, 2 weeks later, I don't remember what anyone's voice sounded like. So we're just gonna hit reset on that shit. I'll tell you right now.
Bethany? I don't remember what Bethany sounded
I'm gonna
like.
go with she sounds like an old smoker. So
I feel like that's accurate. I think that we were surprised.
I might have gone really hard into the Red Island of it all.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll make it work. Yeah. So we have again, it was Allinger and Q, right? It's our two bird folk that are in two separate metal cages. And the rest of you are out and about, right? You left your good buddies in cages, because that's what good friends do. You went and got some snacks, right?
Yep.
From the storeroom. And there you are. Why
I
don't
was talking to my holy symbol a lot. That happened too.
Pua was talking to himself a lot, which is, weird. Um, and yeah, we're gonna pick up right from there, I think, folks. Benson, Rin, and Pua, we're gonna pick up with you guys outside in the courtyard of this very well fortified bandit stronghold, right? Um, you know a few places so far. You know where the storeroom is, obviously. The prison, also fairly obviously, right? Because that's where you left some friends. The barracks had the barracks had been pointed out to you on your way in. It's a long wooden building. And there's also what appears to be kind of like the back way, kind of like it goes curves around back, and that where it seems to be where like the inner keep is, and probably some other buildings too. There's lots of people around to talk to. You noticed some rather gaunt, hungry-looking people um, that are here. That some of them are some people that are training with a captain, kind of learning how to use arms that are obviously not as familiar with it. Um, some children here definitely running around playing, doing their thing, having fun, and it looks almost like a fairly well functioning little makeshift community here in this keep. But whatever you would like to do.
Do we have a plan? You're a wolf.
can't.
I guess I'm gonna ask Kua, do we have a plan?
I don't know. It seemed like Q wanted me to leave them, or wanted us to leave them there. So,
Look at
all I
us.
got.
We're in jail together.
Digital purgatory. So yeah, we're stuck in jail.
Yeah, we can jump to whichever group if you guys don't know what you're doing. Kind of in jail. The two of you looking at each other across. As you look around, so you notice a couple things. You know that there are two Gerbine kind of guards there, but they're both outside of the tent. The only person inside the tent is the Gowler, which I should have looked up the correct pronunciation sometime in the past half a month, but I didn't. So Bethany is kind of there chilling. She's got a cigarette. She definitely rolled herself as she's just like, letting one light the next one, filling this tent with rather gross, acrid smoke. But you guys have noticed a couple things in the little bit of time you've spent here. First of all, you're in a tent. It's not a building, right? Like, you could go, sans cage, you could go up to the tent, lift the end of it, and, like, scoot out underneath it, right? There's nothing terribly secure about it. And also, the cages that you're in are rather rusty, right? Like, maybe before they were left out in the rain way too much, and then they decided, well, maybe we'll put the tent over it.
Guys, it's pronounced jailer.
With a G? Gaoler.
It's like when people try to say GIF.
Jailer.
I want Gower better.
Yes, no thank you.
Yeah. Jailer,
I'm hearing
yeah.
jailer.
So
It's
Gower.
a long A, now that
Like when you look it up, it just says jailer.
Yeah, but it's changed it to a G. Right?
I know. Yes, I googled. It's spelled correctly. Trust me.
But according to but actually Gowl with a G was originally pronounced with a hard G as in goat. So I'm gonna go with the old pronunciation there, because otherwise you would have put a J, right? I mean, I'm figuring.
Well,
if you're gonna,
it looks like it's the old British version of jailer.
oh, I'm going with it. Honey
now that
boo
we've
boo.
had our linguistics lesson, are we ready?
All right, so that's where you find yourselves, looking out across Bethany, chain smoking, filling this tent with this acrid, gross smelling tobacco that she is rolling herself. Not too well, actually. A lot of the tobacco is falling out of the end of it. She didn't do a great job. But what do you do?
Cry deeply that I'm in jail.
It's fair, valid.
Okay. Allinger just weeping. His waddle
He's not
shaking
strong.
horribly.
It's that -3 constitution.
Yeah.
He's very emotionally weak.
And Bethany, whose voice definitely sounded like this the whole time, is like, "What are you crying about?"
I can't believe that my life has led me to this point. I had so much promise.
I mean, you came here to kill us, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
that's debatable. I mean,
We came as prisoners.
yeah, but didn't they say they caught you trying to sneak in here? What are you, like, spies? You're not very sneaky.
We wanted to be bandits. We just thought it was so cool, but then because I'm a bird and he's a bird, they didn't want to let us.
You wanted to be bandits.
You guys are rad.
bird bandits. It practically makes itself.
Do you think we want to be bandits here?
I mean, it kind of looks like it. You got a pretty good thing going.
I mean, yeah.
These are nice tents.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I mean, Benna is great and all. She set this whole thing up here, but I mean, you guys, you're the birds. You got the tree. You can go there, walk around, flap your wings, do your thing. You've got the whole bird folk council backing you up.
Yeah, but what we don't have is personal freedom like what you have. We're run by a high council. We want to run ourselves like you all do. A real community.
You know what we want here? We want to eat. We don't want people wandering around here in the woods. No food in their belly. Starving, their homes burning down. And all you birds up in the trees not doing a damn thing about it.
I mean, maybe we could serve as like a liaison between you guys. I mean, what did you say the name of the person running all this is?
Benna Sheridan.
Benna.
Benna.
You can take it up with her. She'll look at you. She might kill you. But even if she does, it's like
possibly arrange a meeting.
Oh, she always comes. She's the one that judges the prisoners.
Oh, is she like on her way now?
No, probably not.
Yeah, she's got a 5 o'clock.
I don't know what she's doing. I'm in this tent. We used to.
It's got to be a little bit lonely outside the bars. Maybe you need a friend outside. I think I could be your friend.
Roll just a straight, well, I guess persuasion check at disadvantage.
Roll a friendship
Alright,
check.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Okay.
I guess that roll gets us bird noises.
She leans forward a little bit. More of the tobacco like spilling out of the end of this way too loosely rolled cigarette. As she's like, "You're kind of cute, ain't you?"
Bawaddle.
That
Gets 'em
must
every
be what it
time.
is. Yeah. You know, I used to date a servant, horns and all, but a waddle. I
Yeah.
could do something with that.
Oh.
I've done things, awful, terrible things.
Well, let's hope Benna doesn't decide to kill you.
But if you let me out, we could
Let you
maybe start
out.
so we could talk, go on a date.
Listen,
Yeah, you guys
cutie
would make a
pie,
really
that's a pretty hard sell.
cute couple.
I don't know. I think at least you should. If I could just get out of this right now and we could talk about this. I feel like there's a barrier between us where we can't really get emotionally deep.
She gets up on her feet, kind of keys, this big keyring jangling from her pants as she drops the cigarette to the ground, crushes it with her foot, and starts walking over to you, standing just on the other side of the bars, kind of looking you up and down, much shorter than you, right? As she's really giving you a once-over. Maybe going back for a twice-over. And she's like, "Listen, Toots." I don't know where I'm going with this. She's like, "I like the look of you. Maybe if you smelled a little better, we could do something over here. But, look, I'd give my life for Benna Sheridan. I'm not letting one good-looking waddle ruin the whole thing I have here. I can't let you go. But
Well,
maybe I could get you, I don't know, something like a last meal."
Maybe you attack her.
What was that?
What?
At this point,
What?
At this point, she is facing Allinger in the cage. Q, your back is her back is entirely to you.
Okay.
Because you're in two separate cages, like 6 feet apart. So.
Can I see the keys?
You certainly can. Although she is rather close right now to Allinger's cage, so she's about 5-ish feet away from you. But you can clearly see this big old thing of keys on her side.
How are they hooked onto her belt there? In a complicated way?
No, it doesn't seem so. Not like super tied on. I mean, certainly they're jangly. It'd be hard to kind of be quiet about it, but you think with a certain DC'd sleight of hand check, you may be able to grab it. Although, again, she's a little far away from you, so
okay,
to just be able to reach out.
Can I kind of look at Allinger and be like, I don't know, maybe like sing her a song or something. That could be kind of cool. And then when he starts singing, can I mage hand the keys?
Sure. What do you start singing, Allinger?
Absolutely.
It's your time to shine, buddy.
Yeah. What you got? I think, this is invitation.
What is she again?
That's a great question. I'm actually trying to look. So.
I just wrote Bethany the Gala.
Yeah.
Gala.
I bet we said it last time.
I didn't write it. Sorry.
If I know she's a Galler, that's fine.
Yes. Yeah.
Bethany, the finest I ever saw, the greatest, the best Gala I've ever seen in the world.
Yeah, with that she kind of like starts to dance a little bit, swaying to it. Yeah, I would say she is sufficiently distracted by this. So yeah, Q, why don't you roll a sleight of hand check with advantage?
Oh.
Here we go. Oh, thank God. 17.
17 is enough as this magical hand, and I think, like, you just got these arcane powers, right? You're still working on it, and you're, like, mimicking it. Like, just grab it. And as it starts to pull away, you think it's going to drop it, but nope. It slowly, you watch as these keys, held by an invisible hand, are brought back to you. And you grab them silently, and pocket them.
Ew. Okay. Okay. I don't think she's going to let us go here. Can I also try to cast sleep on her?
You absolutely may. Yeah, why don't you roll for sleep? So mark off the spell slot, and then, so it's based on how many hit points she has, correct?
Yes. So the total effect. Oh my God, 19.
So Bethany is not the big boss here. Bethany, after swaying and dancing, conks out and just falls over, like collapses in a pile on the ground. Like, Allinger, you're pretty sure that your song killed her. Like, she had a heart attack.
The power.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore his weird little thing, whatever's happening over there, and I'm gonna pull out the keys and I'm gonna quietly, because there's Gerbine outside, unlock mine and Allinger's.
I'm about to say, don't. I'm going to unlock mine and walk away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna unlock mine, start to walk away, and then be like, I guess I'll do you too.
Yeah, and so pretty quickly and silently, you guys, with all of your things, except your weapons, I believe, Q, you kept a dagger or a couple daggers on you, but you have to remember,
daggers, that was it, yeah.
your other friends have your weapons, so just keep that in mind. But you are free.
Can I put the keys back on her belt?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And then I think we should escape the opposite side from where those Derpine are guarding out the front.
I would imagine so.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to
We'll,
the
like peek and look out.
yeah, you go to the back, peek out, stick your head out, and we're gonna jump to the other group, who has no idea that's happened. And what are you guys doing?
Guys, how are we gonna get them out?
I don't know. Also, we don't know what we're gonna do now that we're in Bandit Strong. Also, I forgot what our primary objective was.
I forgot what our primary objective was too. Let me check my records.
I feel like step 1 was like getting the bandit, step 2 was eat their snacks, and I can't remember what step 3 was.
More snacks.
A bit of the snack.
We're supposed to be killing and capturing the leader.
Wait, how do you kill and capture at the same time?
It's a slash.
Oh,
So I think it's a or situation.
gotcha. Excellent. So I guess we should probably ask someone who the leader is. Hey, DM, can you tell me who or what is around me as I stand in this courtyard?
Sure, make a perception check.
Who's in charge here?
I need to like talk to someone, get some info. Why are you not reading? Would you say perception?
Perception, yeah. 15, nice. Yeah, so looking around, there's more than a dozen people here. It's pretty busy. There are some kids kind of running, playing tag or something where they're smacking each other and then running away. You know, could just be smacksies. And then there's the captain over to the way showing people, and you can tell kind of getting frustrated, but trying to be like, all right, obviously none of you have ever held a sword before. Let's try not to kill yourselves with it. As he's training, 3 or 4 people who are obvious newcomers to this encampment. And there are some other people around, kind of hanging out. There's a couple people, mostly sitting kind of by themselves, who definitely look like they also might be newcomers to the camp. Like, very malnourished. And like they haven't eaten in quite a while, just kind of sitting there watching what's happening. And then some other people that are just kind of, doing their thing, hanging out. There's a group like laughing and chatting over by the way. Not sure exactly what they're talking about.
All right. Hua, I am going to go ask that captain over there where the leader is.
Do you want backup, or should I stay here with Benson?
Stay there with Benson, and I'll signal you if I need help.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on you.
So I'm gonna like very casually walk over to the captain,
Sure.
put him on the shoulder,
Oh,
and be like, "What's happening, Captain?"
are you? Oh, I'm training these new recruits here.
You're doing an amazing job. Can I just tell you that?
Well,
Your patience, your form, top notch.
Oh, do I? I don't think we've met. I didn't realize that Benna had promoted another captain. Noticing the captain's sword that's on your belt.
Yeah, things change rapidly in a rapidly changing situation that we got here. Have you seen Benna lately? I have some really important things. Brought some prisoners in earlier. I got a debrief with the old leader there.
I believe we're here. Hello, everyone.
Are we unmuted?
We are unmuted. We are here in the world. We have one more camera and one less camera and none internet working and all of it. It's good. It's good. Let's play D&D. These are the best conditions to play D&D under. Ideal, even, some may say. So, we were with our 3 friends. Oh, you were talking to the captain, correct?
Yeah, it was me.
Captain to captain.
really
Yeah.
nice captain. He's really charismatic. And I ended up asking, where is Benna? I've got some stuff to debrief with them about.
Oh, Benna, I imagine she's in the inner keep. She was doing a lot of work today, helping to restock the infirmary with the newcomers, making sure they're remaining healthy.
Wow, her fearless leader is just truly an inspiring individual. Well, I have to turn around from this side. Which direction is this people from here? You tell me the other direction.
I want you to roll a deception check for me.
Does Alyssa sound really far away to
I
everybody?
think Alyssa was sitting a
Yeah.
little far away from the computer. I don't know.
It's talking pretty loud.
Oh, yeah, no, maybe it is. Yeah, the audio's a little bit.
Do you have a
Sounds
fan
a little
on?
underwatery.
Oh, Shelly sounds underwatery to me.
I think Shelly was picking up on Shelly and Ben's computer at once, that's why.
Oh, okay. What am I supposed to be doing?
Deception.
Deception.
Yes.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay. Of course, the inner keep. It's back that way. Past the infirmary, past the armory is usually where you find Benna in the audience chamber. Though I don't know quite where she is at the moment.
Right. Thank you so much. Keep working hard. High five.
Yes, of course. You know how it is trading new recruits.
Totally. It's a lot of work. So just, be kind to yourself. Take the wins as they come. See you later. Alligator.
Okay.
Do they have alligators?
I don't see why not.
But I'm gonna shimmy way back over to Pua and Wolf Benson and be like, I know where the key is.
Well, that's good. That went awfully well, I must admit.
I am shocked out of my mind. I have to have a actually because that took all my energy.
Rin has a snack. So what direction did they say it was?
That way, past the infirmary, past the armory, is the inner whatever who's it. And Benna may or may not be there, but probably.
Okay. Well, that's good. So we have that part down. Now we have to decide if we're going to go back to the others before we go.
We're going to just take a little peeky poo and see how they're doing. It seems like they got it under control, but now I'm nervous.
Yeah. I mean, we could always use the ruse with what?
I was like, let's send Benson over to sniff around and peek around.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I can kind of pad back that way, maybe towards the back of the tent, see if I can get a nose under there, kind of peek underneath the back of it, maybe.
Sure. Why don't you roll a stealth check using the wolf stats? And I don't think you're trying to stay unseen as much as just trying to seem like, you're just a wolf, kind of doing wolfy things and not doing druid turned into a wolf things.
Yep. Yeah, I got a
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, definitely. You kind of walk around, go, I'm gonna smell this thing on the ground. Yep. Okay. No one's watching. You go around the back, and as you go to stick your nose up under the back of the tent, all of a sudden it lifts up. You jump back, like fangs showing, and start to snarl, and then you realize it is Q and Allerger looking directly at you, just going. Shh, 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 shh.
I'll pull back from underneath the tent and see if I can maybe kind of give a head shake or something. Can they see me? Can Rin and Pua see me where they are?
Yeah, you can kind of go around the side as they're also trying to stay cash, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Big tail wag like a happy dog, kind of like a.
Oh, this is
Shoulda
good
gagged
too.
And yeah, I'll I'll kind of head back around the back of the tent. I'm not going to try to go under it because I don't know if that's any better for us. But I'm going to at least go back that way and wait for the rest of the group to catch up.
Yeah, sure. And you guys kind of meander, make your way around the back of the tent, and you are all now together at the back of the prison.
Reunited.
Do you think we should gag? What's her name? Because she's gonna wake up in like a hot second and realize we're gone and probably be mad.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Do I still have my manacles?
Yeah.
Can we manacle her?
Well, you might want to save your manacles for just in case.
Each time
catch.
each of you guys talk, I can hear it from both computers. I don't know if you want to just like mute one
Sure.
for like the pickup, just so I don't.
Is that better? Here, you talk.
That's good.
I think so.
Ben sounds kind of far away, but I think it's better than. I mean, I love you guys, but hearing both of you twice every time is a little much.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna switch this because the microphone's on the side.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, so Q kind of ducks back under, goes inside, kind of manacles and gets, I don't know, a dirty rag or something and gags the Gowla. So you manacle what, her hands?
Yeah, I want to manacle her. Can I manacle them around one of the jail cell bars?
Sure, yeah. Yeah,
and
so
then I want to stick something in her mouth so she can't like yell loud.
sure, yeah, you pick up a rock and just shove it, cracking teeth as you go. I don't know, you said something.
Like
Wow.
What do you think?
or something, like ball up her coat. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that works too. Yeah, kind of balled up her coat, kind of stick it in there, make sure she can both breathe, but will not be able to easily yell out. Yeah, you feel pretty secure. You feel pretty secure that you got this on lockdown.
Okay, then we will go out the tent with everybody else.
Okay.
Guys, we got out.
Very impressed.
I used magics.
I used my waddle.
Oh, proud of you. Oh. Well, that's good.
So we found out this lady's name is, I'm assuming it's a lady, Benna Sardin?
Yeah, we found out where
Okay.
Aaron. We gotta go find it so we can capture / kill her.
Okay.
So our instructions that I really remember really.
I feel like we should probably capture and not kill her in cold blood.
No, we're really good at that.
I know.
I should enter the room last then.
I mean, we could see how it goes. Test the waters.
Alright. So, if we walk around with Challenger and Q, are people going to give us the look?
I have one more set of manacles we could manacle to each other, and you could pretend like you're dragging us as like a gift.
Ooh, yeah. Let's do that. This is great. Done.
Perfect.
Okay, so you start heading back towards the inner keep.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a thing to read, guys.
Oh no.
It's a box.
The rough road to the north of the courtyard climbs up the steep crags until it curves, revealing a 40-foot tall barricade of logs lashed together, and a large set of double doors. A pair of tough-looking Mawpoks in chain armor eye you warily as you approach. One saunters up, raising a hand to halt you. "That's far enough, friend," he says in a gravelly voice.
There's something caught in my throat.
State your business.
I'm gonna put my hand on my captain's sword and say, I think that's above your pay grade, friendo.
Okay, so you're kind of being like, I'm a captain, I can go where I want. Roll a deception check. With advantage.
With that big old sword.
Mm-hmm. So that's a 10.
Right.
He kind of looks at you strangely for a second, and says, "I don't recognize you around here. Uh, what are you doing here anyway? I mean, I know all the captains that are stationed here."
I've come a very long way with these very valuable prisoners and my wolf.
Alexa, stop.
Say what?
Is it... Oh god.
The cursed stream.
Oh,
These two prisoners here?
yeah, I'm a bird folk prisoners. Don't they look super awesome?
Why aren't they?
Let it go.
Why aren't they like? Oh, okay. I guess they look upset. You're. I mean, you can bring them to the prison. You don't have to bring them right to Benna.
I do not have time. I have a very specific, super secret reason to bring these specific prisoners to Benna right now. The bandit stronghold's future depends on it. Do you want to be the man who held up this very important operation?
Nope.
I thought.
Well. All right. I mean, go right in. I guess. Seems a little strange though.
Don't worry about it. Strange things happen in life. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder. We're going south.
All right. Yeah, and as you kind of like look by, these two Moppocs kind of looking at each other as the five of you continue onwards. You find a much smaller courtyard here. It's much smaller. It's also obviously like it's not the place to kind of like hang out the way that the other bigger courtyard is. No one's here like without a reason, right? Like this is some place that you come to like do business, to do things specific. There's a couple different buildings around. Here, there's kind of like two separate wooden buildings off to the side, and then like one like big double-doored building off, set back, and actually carved into the mountainside itself.
I'm a prisoner, so.
No, you can't do this. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to tell you any of the super secret information I have that would just utterly destroy the Alderheart.
Well, I imagine that we'll try to escort them in.
Where's in? Where are you taking them?
Aren't we going to Benno?
Sure. Yep.
Ooh.
So there are two square wooden buildings, one off to the east, one off to the west, and then there's kind of like this narrow pathway that leads back into this other building that's carved right into the mountainside with a set of heavy double doors in front of them.
Doesn't seem ominous at all.
I feel like she's probably in the big door.
Please don't take us to the giant doors that are carved into the side of the mountain.
If I learned anything from video games, it's that she's probably in there.
Alright, wow. I feel a little nervous. What's her game plan here? How are we going to capture her? If we kill her, someone else is going to take her spot. Do you think maybe we could, like, convince her that maybe, like, the future of the Berkeley Council is actually better? And, like, maybe Brad could be the voice of the bandits on there? And then we don't stab anyone for that?
BOPOC representation.
Ah, I'm saying it.
Maybe try to negotiate some sort of peace meeting.
I love this. I love this character for us. hopefully no one asks any questions. Dead. Sure.
So when we find her, I guess we just say, "Hey, we are sent here to talk to you." We could try to trick her and just say, "Hey, the Bird Council wants to make nice."
Yeah. Whoa, a map.
Whoa, map.
All right, so let's go in and find Benna and try to talk to her, and then if that doesn't work, then that is.
Wow.
There's a lot of gerbine in there. I got a thing against gerbine.
Oh yeah. See, this is weird because this one map, I guess you can just see where the fuck everyone is. Every other map, they don't let you do that. Like I have to show it to you, but whatever. Okay,
Is
so
Benna a deer?
yo, no shit, son.
Well, she's on the map, Matt.
What are we gonna do now?
Yeah. So you walk up, kind of squeezing between one of the buildings up this narrow stairway over here to
My
those
face on the stream like that.
thick double doors that lead up. They are currently closed.
Babe, what were you saying? Oh, okay.
So we've passed those two Mawhawk at the
Yep.
bottom, right?
Yep, those are the two these two guys over here are the ones that talked to you when you first entered. You walked by. They're looking at you kind of strangely, but they let you continue. You went up this small stairway, and you're currently in front of these here doors, which are
That looks
closed.
like food.
Wait, are they locked? You can't just open them?
You can certainly try.
Aloha Mora.
Let's open them.
Okay. Rin reaches out and opens the doors. They're just doors. They're not locked. But I do have another box to read. 3 long tables are crammed into the meeting hall area. Not a hall, area. 2 of them along the sides, a jumble of chairs packed together at each one. Remains of a meal still linger in front of each seat. Because they were all killed. No, that's not in the box. On the northern wall, there is a 3rd table with a single high-backed chair, candles, and a single iron chandelier bathe the area in a dim light.
Moody.
2 Gerbine sentries stand watch over a door in the hall's northeast corner. That's these guys, y'all.
Oh, they're dead.
All right. Oh, is there more?
Nope, that's all of my throat hurting rasp that I have for you.
All right, so we're just gonna wait, is there food on the table?
Yeah, there is food. They're like the remains of food, Looks like there was recently a meal here, and nobody helped clean up.
So rude. All right, let's walk through the room, kind of in the direction of the gerbine. As I'm walking, I pick stuff off the table.
Yeah, so you go over, and the 2 Gerbine are there with rather heavy male armor on them. They're very well armored as they're looking at you. They say, what are you guys doing here?
We have an urgent matter to discuss with Benna. And I'm gonna lead on my hacking sword again.
Okay. Roll. Why don't you roll another deception check? And I'll say with advantage again, thanks to this very useful sword that you found a long time ago. Okay. Yeah, he looks at you. They kind of look at each other and say, well, you can go in. The rest of you all have to stay out here.
Ooh.
Okay. I'll do whatever you say.
Quiet there,
Just don't
bird
hurt the waddle.
brains.
Oh,
I'm
hey,
just gonna
that's
look
me.
right up to Ren's leg like a dog doing the heel command, real close. Clearly I go with.
Yeah, it's my dog. All right, me and my wolf will go in and talk to Benna.
Why does your wolf have to go in to talk to the boss?
You know what? You can't ask that. That's a protected class. This is my emotional support wolf.
Yeah.
I'll stay here with the prisoners.
And
don't
the other
worry.
Jerbean goes, "Come on, guy. It's our emotional support wolf. You can't keep them apart." Well, yeah, all right. I guess so. You two, go on in.
Thank you.
The rest of you, stay here.
All right.
Yeah.
In the room with Benna and Benson.
The doors open as the two of you walk in. A solid servant woman, with a face partially obscured by a red bandana, fixes you with a stony glare. So, this is what Alderheart sends. A group of greenhorns? Pathetic. Oh, she doesn't know you're from Alderheart. Why do they give me boxes, assuming too much shit? So instead she says, "What's up?"
Hey.
We beat the system.
Nice to officially meet you.
I see that you're carrying one of the swords of my captains. The doors do close behind you guys, by the way. But obviously, you're not. Who are you?
I am here to save the band.
You're here for what? Just
To save all of you. Things are going to be very bad for you very soon. We were actually sent here to capture or kill you, maybe both. But we don't want to do that, so don't chop my head off right away. But we want to talk to you about making some sort of like Alderheart bandit truce so that life can get better for everyone.
That's just gonna make some very distressed, like dog whines, as this is all happening.
Benna kind of crosses her arms and leans against the wall. As she just kind of looks you over with her one visible eye. She says, "Your Birdfolk Council has done nothing for the humble folk for decades. Our wood is burning, our homes being destroyed, and you come here for what? To parley? For a truce? Sorry, I don't really see it."
But what if I told you that there was a humble folk, a man of the people, who was this close to being elected in a fair election to the Birdfolk Council and changing history forever? His name is Brad, and he's my hero. And he could be your hero.
She kind of like looks at you and says, "I haven't heard of this Brad, but I doubt they'll listen. My mother, years ago, a seer from our village, entreated the Humble Folk Council for help. She saw what was coming. The Humble Folk ignored her, and for that my mother died. Killed. Burned down in our ancestral home. Why, all of a sudden, would the Birdfolk Council decide to listen to us?
Because otherwise you're going to burn the Alderheart to the ground. I mean, you've made a big splash in the Alderheart. There's like a lot of people that are
Alyssa, I can't really hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you better.
Do you guys have a fan on?
No.
There's like a staticky noise. Although I think it's coming maybe from Allinger's computer, because you have like a little blue bar at the bottom. Yeah, Allinger,
Yeah.
for some reason your computer, you have like a whoosh.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I can
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. So, what was I saying? Oh,
Sorry.
the bandits have been like hella effective at murdering people, making the Birdfolk Council super nervous. That's why they would listen to you. Do you know how many refugees are in the city right now that could just turn against them at the drop of a hat?
Of course I do. Those are my people, wronged for so long, nowhere left to turn. And at this point, even the Birdfolk Council is turning starving, homeless people away. What sort of government is that? What sort of ruling body would do that to their people?
Agreed. But do you not know who is running on a pro-refugee platform? Think you know the answer.
Brad?
Brad! He's amazing. And I really think that he could change a lot of amazing things in the city. But if you burn the city to the ground, then we can't affect real change. And there's a lot of people in the Alderheart who would love for the world to be better for everyone and are also oppressed by the Birdfolk Council. And if you kill all of them with your banditry, that's pretty messed up too.
So here's what I'm gonna do, Alyssa. Because I think this is a huge moment for Rin as a character. Like, right? Like, instead of fuck it, let's just kill them all, this is a huge turn. So I am going to, give you a point of inspiration for this. Okay? For your hugely impassioned plea, which means that at any point in the rest of this session, you can use it, and you can give any roll advantage or impose disadvantage, your choice. And you can choose to do that after the roll is made, but you have to do it before you know the outcome. Like, if you roll and you're like, I rolled a 14, that's probably good enough. You know, you have to decide if you want to re-roll before you kind of know what the outcome is. I'm bad at giving inspiration, so usually when I play in person, I literally, like, hold coins in my hand and make sure I hand them out.
I think Renton has an inspiration, too, from, like, the swamp or something.
Well, those go away. They go away at the end of a session.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't have one, and then the session ended shortly after.
Yeah. You know, I try to be good at remembering, but that was truly impassioned. I'm going to let you roll a persuasion check against Benna Seridin. Now, I don't think you have advantage on this. If you think there's something that would give you advantage, you can persuade me on that. Otherwise, you do have this point of inspiration, so if you so decide, you could give yourself advantage anyway, you know?
I think I'm just going to roll and see what happens. You said persuasion?
Yes, it is a persuasion.
That's not... Okay.
So that is... I'm going to say that's an 11, right? And if you so choose to give yourself... I'm just saying, this is a big roll. There's a reason I'm pausing before this. If you think 11's good, that's fine. If not, you can roll again. Like, you don't have to take the 8, you know what I mean? Like, you can roll...
Yeah. Alright, so I can roll again with advantage?
No, you can just roll one more time. And, like, whatever that first number is there, like the first roll, yeah,
okay.
will be like... Yeah.
Are you going to remember you have this in 15 minutes?
Yeah, so if you choose to use it now, it is a natural 20 minus 1.
Whoa!
2 natural... Oh my god, that's so
It's meant
good.
to be.
Alright, cool.
Wicked inspired.
What's going to happen now?
Benna stands up from where she was against the wall, arms still folded, and takes the steps down the stairs to you. She stands before you, tall, rather towering over you, battle-scarred and hardened from the difficulties that she's dealt with. You look into her eyes, those coal-black eyes of a deer woman. I don't know. I'm trying, guys.
In the headlights.
Yeah. Uh, as her ear kind of twitches, and she says, "You can take my terms to your bird council.
Okay.
If they want peace, they need to share the ruling of the wood.
Totally agree.
They need to
Wait,
meet with us to discuss terms,
hold on.
and it will not be a surrender."
I need a pen. I don't have a pen. Pua, real quick. Pua's the record keeper, and I promise everything he says is gonna fly right out of my head.
Shh. Okay, get your pooba.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna scurry over and knock on the door and go, I need Pua, please.
I'm gonna. Hey, what's up?
Pua, I need you to write these things down.
I'm ready.
All right, Jenna, tell us your terms.
Kind of lets out a big sigh. And now you're all there, and the Moppocs are kind of like looking back and forth, like, I don't know what's going on. And then it just starts going over it, obviously annoyed. She has to say it again. If your Birdfolk Council desires peace, they will need to share the ruling of the Humblewood with the Humblefolk. There will be no surrender by the bandits, but we are willing to meet to discuss terms of a more peaceful coexistence going forward. They will have to share the resource.
I'm trying.
Don't you know shorthand, priest?
They didn't teach me that. Go ahead. Sorry. Will need to discuss terms.
Yes. They will need to share the resources. Getting this down now. The resources they have been hoarding for decades. And in turn, we will be able to use our supply lines to deliver services and necessary equipment to those in need.
Love it.
At this point, Benson would like to turn back into himself.
Oh my god.
Hi, Benson here. Not a wolf.
A tender.
Yep. Well, like you, my grandmother was. I wasn't good enough. She said that a lot. Maybe one day, probably not. Meet where? Do you want us to come here? Do you want to meet us in the Alderheart? Is there like a halfway point? Like, is there a nice tavern you want to go to? I just want to make sure we're in the right place.
So smart. Love it.
Yes. Sorry.
You can bring my terms to the Birdfolk Council. We will have to set up a time and place to meet on neutral territory.
Of course.
To discuss. In the meantime, we will not cease our activities. I will not acquiesce to the demands of the Birdfolk Council unless we know for certain that they are willing to share in the governance of the Humblewood.
Would you be willing to just sort of like take a little breaksy poo for like a couple days while we get down to the Alderheart and let them know your demands?
No. If the Birdfolk Council wants peace, they will meet and negotiate quickly.
But you do have to give us enough time to get back.
I have no way to instantly get word to the groups that are currently out there. I cannot promise anything at this point.
Can you provide us with some sort of signed document, like a I don't want to say cease and desist because that's very finite, but something that we could show to bandit groups if they give us trouble to say that like we met with you and we're working on it.
Like
Hey, where'd the dog go?
Right, sorry.
Oh. Hey, she lied to us. She said that was a service animal.
Well, he is. He's just also a bird. He services her in many different forms.
You, Eugene, go get me a quill, a scroll, the official
I have that.
stamp. I have my letterhead I have to use.
But I can just. Oh, okay.
Official bandit letter.
Yeah, and she does. She writes on it. She says that you should be given that the bearer of this letter should be given safe passage to and from the bandit stronghold, no more than 5 individuals, and it kind of like lays out several things. She signs it with a flourish at the end. She melts some wax onto it, seals it. The whole thing takes a little while as you're kind of all sitting there watching all this, and says, I will send word ahead. No one should accost you on your way down the mountain, though I would suggest leaving quickly.
Of course.
You can do that.
We wouldn't want to outstay our welcome.
I assume that all of my family here were left unaccosted on your way up to me.
we tried our hardest.
Did you kill anybody?
Yup.
I mean, nobody since we've been inside the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't kill you.
Oh, silly Red, that wasn't anything that we talked about.
Well, she already told me that you all came here as assassins, so...
Super spot one.
Oh, way to bury the lead.
Return to your birdfolk council with your heads intact. Should they truly wish for peace, they should quickly acquiesce to our demands.
Alright, we will make it happen, Captain. Team Awesome. We have some
Out.
to talk to.
Before we go, you should check on Deborah. She's fine. Just maybe like have someone check out the jail. Bye.
Yeah, that's true.
She's just asleep.
And as you guys are turning and walking away, she yells to you. She says, Tell them that it is the daughter of the Ceridon Seer who is now their enemy. That they should have listened to my mother all those years ago. And all of this death and destruction could have been avoided.
Thanks.
I'm gonna forget that immediately.
That's a cool sport.
Yeah, I got it.
Boo was just writing and walking.
Yep. Yeah, I hear you.
Death destruction.
Daughters.
Anything else?
She just turns and walks back into her chamber, and like the guys and close the door behind her.
Sleep well.
Have a good nap. Alright, I guess we gotta go back to the Alder part.
Yeah, we gotta get the hell out of
Being
here.
Being a prisoner sucks. Oh, this is terrible.
Hey, you can stop now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take your book.
I thought the girls.
What happened in there?
I think Pua may have brokered a treaty.
We were talking to the third person and taking credit. My God.
Oh wait, I meant Rin. Sorry.
Oh, very bold.
I think Rin may have brokered a treaty.
It's amazing because I can't even spell treat.
But you do like treaties.
I like treats. That's different. But I'm excited that I guess they're doing something great for the world. I don't know. I feel all twitchy now because we didn't stab them.
Yeah.
I have to admit, it was very big of you.
Yeah.
I had my doubts when Rin went in there by herself, to be honest.
I believed every bit. I had all the faith.
You're so new to the group.
Ardia will remember this, Ren.
Fartia.
Oh, Fartia. All right. Woo, wow, this is a big day. We're like changing the world, friends.
We should go. She's not gonna like us standing in front.
No, we're going.
Well, to eat as many snacks off this table as you can as we go. Go.
She just like opened.
Just starts getting snacks from the leftovers from the plates as Rin is leaving. Yeah, as you walk out past these two Mopocks down the way, they kind of stop and say, "Wait, you're. I'm sorry. Wait. I don't know. Nope, that was the Gowla. Wait, you're leaving with the prisoners?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're leaving with prisoners. You ask a lot of questions, friend.
That's my job.
Yeah, Benna told us to just take them with us. She don't want them.
Should we kill them?
No,
No.
what's wrong with you? You need to
Listen, like, do I already need to open the wax sealed thing from Benna saying leave us alone?
I don't think it's actually seal. Right? She just put her seal at the bottom. You have.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like the
'cause
official
otherwise, it'd
seal.
only be like a single use kind of scenario.
Right.
I'm just gonna be like, whoosh.
Oh, shit! Didn't realize.
Roll it back up, put it back in my little cloak.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let people know. Here, let's walk together.
Oh. Can we get our weapons, Rin? Where'd you leave those in the car?
I think you guys had them. I think they took them. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just gonna start
They're in my coat.
and hand them back to
A
you.
murder coat.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty surprised that Benna just let you go in there with all of that.
It's a very stealthy coat, I guess.
It's
Yeah.
billowy.
Oh.
Distracted by the hat, she didn't see anything else.
The hat is really good. All right.
On the way out, I'll let everyone know that you guys are like cool.
Yeah, so cool.
Real
Hey.
cool.
Hey, do you guys like folk music?
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I don't know. Do we?
Oh, is that a lute?
Sure.
Man,
Whatever you want it.
my uncle used to play lute.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
And then
Kick-ass chords.
I got two.
Whoa, that's bright. That's bright.
D&D. That's it. That's all he's got.
Right.
All right, yeah, you guys go down, and he's like, "Hey, these guys, yeah, they're fine. Benna, she's got a seal. It's real official." And as you're going by, you walk past the two Gerbine in front of the jail, who look at the two of you, like expecting you two to be in the cage,
No.
and then and then they look in and see the collar like all tied up and go, "Oh shit!" and like run in to go untie her.
we're so stealth.
Got that note.
Yeah, and you guys, you rather triumphantly make your way back out. Again, the drawbridge is kind of lowered for you
Dab all the way out.
to allow you guys to leave. It kind of takes a while, and the time you're waiting for like the drawbridge to go down and everything to get out, the Gauler comes back out and is like, "You sons of bitches!
I'm just gonna hold up my thing. Bye, Bethany.
She pushes past you and starts poking Allinger in the middle of his chest and says, "Listen, Waddle Boy. I've been duped by your kind before. The pretty face, the abnormal dangly
Facial.
bits.
What
This
we
is-
could have had. What we could have had. But
I
it wasn't
coulda-
meant to be.
I could have rocked your world."
It's so creepy coming from nothing.
Is it less creepy coming from me? I don't know.
Somehow, yes.
Watch,
What did you do to her?
watch me walk away.
You
You'll
sound like
never
someone
see
on
this
Bob's
wiggle
Burgers.
again.
But I like watching you leave.
And she does. She gives herself a little booty sway as she's going. She's got the hips and she's working it.
You still got a chance, bro. Don't worry about it.
Wow, Alonzo, what happened in the prison?
Is that how you got out?
Yeah, that how you got out?
I don't think Ardia would approve of that.
No. Leave room for Ardia.
Yeah. You leave
What I
the
always
courtyard. As you know, the second you're on the other side of that pit, the drawbridge, it starts to go back up, leaving you on the outside of the fortress. As it is getting very late into the day, it is just about nightfall, and you need to make your way down this dangerous mountain.
Interesting.
Yeah, should we pause and sleep?
I think if we could take a rest, because I have spells now, and I have no slots for them anymore.
But if it's evening, then I think it's time for a sleepy poo.
Are you gonna get the bedrolls out right in front of the gate of the fortress?
You did tell us to leave. We're not being disrespectful.
Maybe we could find that shrine again.
Ooh.
Oh, not too far
Or
down.
the eagle nest with all the feathers.
Oh yeah, because they liked us so much the first time.
Yeah, we're gonna eyes out.
Well,
Yeah.
we could get off the road and go sleepy.
Yeah, we can march for a little bit and then go sleepy.
Yeah, if you wanted some shelter, that what's it called? The shrine that you found on your way up the mountain, certainly you could find it again.
Let's do that. It's a
Yeah.
good idea. Forgot all that.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of march there. The sun getting rather low as you're as you make your way. Taking your time. It takes you a little while because with the less light you have going over the rocky, hilly terrain, you don't want to, fall and break an ankle or a. What do birds have? Do they have ankles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go with that. But eventually do make your way to this kind of elevated, secluded spot with this small shrine. And though there is not much room, it does give you some bit of shelter from the wind and the cold of the evening as you all kind of bed down around this altar in the center of the temple.
Friends, we did so good today.
We did.
I only killed one person.
Not one thing. You think we'll stop more people tomorrow?
Maybe this will be a new chapter of peace for us.
Ugh.
Unlikely.
I like Rin whipping stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a noodle whip.
You know
Should
what?
somebody take a watch?
I'll do it.
We're sleeping out in the wild.
Yeah, Benson, you're on watch duty.
Let's start.
Well, only first watch. We'll take 3 so everybody gets their full
Yeah. Let's.
nana.
I'll do a quick roll. Benson, why don't you roll a D6 for me?
Right.
While everyone else kind of taking their watch, you kind of sit up watching the dark sky out of the way, and with a 6, yeah, you just have a peaceful night's rest. sitting back. No one accosts you. Nothing happens to disturb you as you all kind of shuffle in and out of sleep, take your watches, and get the full benefits of a night's rest. You can all get your spell slots back. You can get rid of your crankies. You can regain any hit points that you may have lost. And know that you just did one of the biggest encounters of this entire campaign thus far without shedding any blood inside the keep. At least I'm actually quite impressed by the lot of you. I gotta say, especially that the murder hobo-ness is kind of shedding from you. I don't know.
Yeah,
We're growing. We're maturing.
Mhm.
definitely making strides from killing orphans for hats to.
I was ready to maul someone. I wasn't ever.
I feel like maybe we'll have to kill some bird folk council people, though.
Oh my god, a coup!
If poor Alan got nothing out of this. He went to prison, seduced the woman, and got no gems whatsoever.
Got 0 gems.
0. I do want to point out that if you overthrow the Birdfolk Council, it's going to be a coo. Thank you. So you, my camera's not working, so you can't see how self-satisfied I am right now. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, yeah. So the next day, you again make your way down the side of the mountain as you go. Who's leading the way? Who's leading the way down?
Benson.
Sure. Okay. Benson, as you're leading the way down.
In dog form, apparently.
In dog form. Benson turns to Bernie when he turns into a dog. Can you roll a d6 for me? Just roll another d6. Let's see what happens with that. Let's just do that. 1. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, so you're walking for quite a while, right? You pass by some bandit encampments or bandit patrols on the way, but easily make your way past, showing them the signed and sealed letter that Benna Seridan has given you. As you make your way, though, you find your way going kind of a different way, right? Like going what you believe to be a more direct route down the mountain rather than like the more circuitous kind of windy route that you were taking to avoid these patrols on the way up. As you do, you get to a certain part where you're in a rather thin path, kind of like slipping and sliding a little bit on the loose ground below you as you're going. And all of a sudden, as you do, you hear a howl. Who wants to give me a howl? I would do it, but someone howl for me.
Oh!
From behind, and as you turn, expecting to see some sort of predator coming for you, instead, what you feel is a rumble below your feet. As the earth seems to slip away beneath you, and behind a whole bunch of debris and what appears to be a rock slide comes tumbling in your direction. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
A natural disaster. What? Wow.
I don't have like intense music, so we're gonna listen to very peaceful music instead. Okay. Oh, I love it. Yes. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me look at this table. Okay, one of you make the saving throw.
Oh, wait, Benson.
Oh, 2 of you. Okay, there's Benson. All right.
It's a bird thing.
Yeah. So as this is happening,
Your
Benson
waddle lazy
sees
down.
it first, and as he just starts like sprinting down, right, and kind of jumps up to get up on a ledge a little further down as he pulls himself out of harm's way as the rock slide is coming. Q, she kind of like parkours up the sides of this, flapping her wings violently to get up and away. The other three of you run cartoonishly down the center of this path you are on as the rock slide is coming, your feet getting knocked out from under you. Each of you, Allinger, Pua, and Rin, have 1 level of exhaustion, which means that you all roll any ability checks at disadvantage.
Ooh.
And I need Q to roll a d6 for me. Actually, no, you don't have to roll a d6 because I'm just going to do this thing. As this is happening, as things are... yeah, this is the closest thing I got to what I was doing before. As you are all running, kind of pulling yourself out of the settled earth around you, you look back to see 2 creatures coming towards you. What you assumed to be a howl, not at all because the DM asked for it, was actually a pair of growls. As 2 mountain lions have stalked you down and are ready to attack. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Spoopy. Oh, why do I always roll high on initiative?
Oh, that's the highest I've ever rolled.
Wow. 2 nat 20s. Man, you guys have got good rolls today. All right.
There's only 2, you said?
That you see. Okay. So, at the top of the round, as they are kind of stalking down, I'm going to say that my 3 friends that were caught in the landslide are effectively prone. So you will have to use half of your movement to stand if you so choose on your turn. Q and Benson, you are on your feet and slightly elevated from where these rocks fell, which is kind of where these mountain lions are coming from on either side. At top of the round, with a 24 initiative, Q, you are up. What would you like to do?
Did this earth slide take out trees, or are there trees around?
Make a perception check.
6.
Yes, chat is
I
very...
got dust in my eye.
Yeah, there's dust kicked out everywhere. There's actually a dust cloud around. You really can't tell. You know there were some sparse trees kind of dotting around, but you're not sure how close any of them may be or if they are still standing.
Okay. I'm just I'm gonna back up. Maybe
Okay.
to like the edge of my regular movement. And I'm gonna shoot my bow at one of them.
Sure. Definitely do that. Roll to attack. I will also say while that's happening, now that I'm thinking of it, Allinger, Pua, and Rin. Initiative is a skill check. You need to roll at disadvantage because you have that level of exhaustion. So roll again. Take the lower roll. A 24 is definitely going to hit. Go ahead, Q.
I don't get sneak attack on this, right? Because no one's around them.
No one is around them, yeah. Nope. At this point, I think like on either side of the path, each one is stalking. You take aim at the one closest to you and let fly, landing a hit. Roll for damage on a 24 to hit.
6.
Okay, beautiful. Let me say.
I'll just shoot whichever one's closer.
Okay.
Initiative is a skill check?
Yes, it is. It is a dexterity skill check. Alright, so that's 6 points of damage. As an arrow shoots into its flank, the thing snarls looking back at you. Anything else you'd like to do? That is your action.
No, I just backed up.
Okay, you back up a bit.
Yeah.
And then at that, who is next? Pua got an 11. Rin got... What did you end up with, Rin? Oh, damn. A 19. So Rin is next with a 19.
All right. Well, I want to stand up.
Certainly.
Am I within melee range of any of the mountain?
No, I think you're not in melee range, and because you have to use half your movement to stand up, you wouldn't be able to use your movement to get in melee range. You can use your action to dash, but then you wouldn't have an action when you got into melee range.
Am I close enough to like any hanging like trees or debris to try and get to higher ground?
You can certainly try to get up to the higher ground. It's not super high, right? It's only a few, but you also don't know how loose the earth might be after that rock slide if you tried to climb up.
Alright, I'm gonna try to climb up.
Okay, make an athletics check. And I will say this is not your action. This is just, seeing if Rin is able to climb up here. A 50, yeah, no problem. You scramble up. Some rocks fall away beneath your hands and feet, but you are up there on your feet. Although probably out of movement at this point. What would you like to do?
Well, I just scream.
Okay, what does that sound like?
I'm just like, Amanda!
Beautiful. If you would like, you still have your action. You can hold an attack for when they come into melee, if that happens.
That sounds good.
Okay. That sounds good, because now that it's their turn, that's probably what they're going to do. Actually, let me see, because... Let me just make sure I have the initiative correct. So, does anyone have above 10?
I have an 11.
Okay, 11 is Pua. And then 10 to 5?
That's a 10.
Benson has a 10?
Yeah.
And
Allinger has 9.
And I think that's everyone. Okay, perfect. So with that, yes, the mountain lions are definitely next. But they are going to ignore everyone that is on their feet. And they are going to attack those that are on the ground and prone, and are the easy kills. So they jump down into this ravine, and not ravine, but kind of like the little pathway you were going at. Allinger, roll a... Oh, actually, no, there's only 2 of you that are prone. So each of you are going to get attacked by a mountain lion. So the first one, the mountain lion goes in for a bite on you. And that is a 22 to hit.
Who, me or him?
Allinger.
Allinger.
Does a 22
Yeah.
hit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so
Oh,
that is 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh, he gone.
That's it.
That's it.
Uh,
He's gone.
What?
He only has 12 hit points because he has -3 Constitution.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, you have a negative
Yeah.
3 constitution?
Yeah.
Holy bananas, that's nuts.
Wait,
Yeah.
do we all have potions?
Some of you people have some stuff, but at this point it is the mountain lion's turn, and just grabs Allinger around the throat, shakes its head as Allinger's lifeless body goes limp in its jaws. The other one is going to run over and attempt to do the same against Pua, and it is an advantage. So that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Sure.
And that is going to be 6 points of piercing damage. Man, if only it was that lower roll for Allinger. But yeah, you take 6 points of piercing damage, Pua, as it bites, but you're able to kind of roll over, and it gets the spikes on your back a little bit. It has to jump back a little bit before it's able to really get its chompas into you. With that, Pua, it is your turn.
I am going to conjure my spiritual weapon.
Okay. What does your spiritual weapon look like? I think this is the first time you're doing this, yeah?
It is. It is a fucking sickle, I have decided. because hell, Satan, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that goes
The
right
Grim
along
Reaper.
with your
Yeah,
god of light and nature.
Totally. Yep. Well, you know what? I'm pissed, and when I'm pissed, maybe I am calling on the
Yeah,
dark
I
side.
think it shows up as like a little flower at first, and then that flower fucking transforms into a sickle and swipes at this
Yes.
mountain lion.
So now I read it, and I'm still confused about what exactly I'm doing.
You're gonna roll to attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so spiritual weapon is gonna show up in an area within range that you want it to be. I'm assuming that is next to you, next to this mountain lion attacking you.
So that's an 11.
And you can use it to attack when you do it. So that is an 11 to hit, which is not going to do it.
Okay, as a bonus action, I can use it again.
Oh, cool.
I think, well, you already use your bonus action to cast it?
No. It says, I read the whole thing. It says create the weapon. You can do a spell attack, bonus action to move it 20 feet and or attack again.
Oh, okay. So the first time you...
I think.
So it's an action to cast? Or is it a bonus action to cast spiritual weapon? I think it's a bonus action to cast it. So like you've already... Right?
You create blah, blah. When you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of you with the weapon on hit, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it.
Yep, but does it take an action to cast or a bonus action?
An action. Oh no, casting time is one bonus action.
Right, so you've already used your bonus action. You still have your action.
Oh, using it is my bonus action?
You cast spiritual weapon, the spell. That was a bonus action.
Oh.
So now you have used your bonus action to cast it. And you can attack the first time you cast it, which is what you did, but now you still have your action to use.
Okay. Can I attack it again then, like I said?
With your weapon, not the spiritual weapon. The spiritual weapon can only be used on your bonus action. It cannot be used on your action.
That's confusing.
That does not sound like what that says.
What is casting time? Look at casting time for spiritual weapon.
Casting time is one bonus action.
Right, so you have already used your bonus action this turn.
Then why does it mention bonus action again in the
Because
chat?
it doesn't go away, it stays for a minute. So on your next turn, you can use your bonus action to move it and or to attack with it.
Okay, that's not confusing at all.
In
In
other words, this is a weapon clerics get that can use their bonus action, but then they still have their action to attack or heal or do any other of those actiony things.
Oh, well, if I could attack or heal, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Allinger.
Sure. Is that a touch spell?
No. Yes.
So
Hold on, I have one that's not. I'll do Healing Word then.
All right, perfect. What do you say? What is your healing word?
Oh, I don't know.
Boom shakalaka.
Feel better, bro. Healing Word.
Pua's voice booms out. As you regain 4 hit points, and Allinger wakes up.
That's almost half his health.
I'm feeling much better.
Pua, that is your action. That is your... Is Healing Word also a bonus action?
No.
It's an action.
No. Yeah, it's an action.
Okay, perfect.
Because I didn't have any bonus actions until I leveled up.
Cool. Okay, perfect. So at the end of your turn, unless you wanted to move...
Oh my god, Healing Word is a bonus action?
Yeah, it is a bonus action. So you cannot... So never mind, Allinger, you're dead again. You can't use Healing Word. You need to use something that takes an action. Is an action economy and tabletop role-playing fun, y'all?
Can I use my Channel Divinity as my action then?
I think Channel Divinity is an action.
Okay, so Allender, instead, as an action, I can heal any creature within 30 feet to me up to half of their maximum hit points. I divide the number of hit points among the creatures I see fit. That's not confusing at all. I don't even know what that's saying.
So
I
you
think
have a
you just
you have a
give them all
pool.
to him.
Yeah, you have a pool of hit points that you can use, and I think it's equal to something.
5 times my cleric level, so I have what? 5 times 3, so 15 hit points.
Yeah.
I'm giving 5 to myself and 10 to Allender.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool beans.
Well, you can only go up to half your max hit points.
Oh.
So you can't heal beyond hack. So you can give Allinger, since he has 12 hit points, you can give him up to 6.
Okay, so he can have 6. If I have 30 hit points, what can I have? Nothing?
You can have up to 15. If you have more than 15 hit points, you can't use it on yourself.
Is anybody else hurt?
Wait,
No, I don't think so. You guys just...
no.
Allinger was the only one attacked.
Yeah.
But you have that pool. It doesn't go away. You can use it later.
No, I can't. I can use Channel Divinity once per short rest.
Oh, what? So what is... Oh, wait, you're a life cleric? Is that what that
Yes.
is? Alright, so what is your channel divinity called? As a life...
Preserve life.
Okay, so you're using... Okay, you can use your channel divinity. As an action, you present your holy symbol and evoke healing energy. Number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level. You choose any creature within 30 feet, and you divide those hit points among them. This feature can restore a creature to no more than half of its hit point maximum. You can't use this feature on an undead or a construct. Right. Okay, yeah, so you can heal... You can use Preserve Life as an action to heal Allinger for 6 hit points.
Okay.
Okay.
My turn's over now.
All right.
I don't want any more.
Benson,
Done.
you are... you.
Do you want to move to him?
Nope.
I know you have played a wizard before. Clerics are probably less confusing than wizards, but you have to just learn those clericy things. And now that you're level 3, you just get a lot of clericy things that you guys haven't done too much because you haven't had too much combat. But Benson, Benson, you are up.
Yeah, we're gonna target the one that attacked Allinger. We're gonna cast Acid Arrow at it.
Okay. Let's say that's also the one that Q attacked.
Okay.
So yeah, roll to... Oh, Acid Arrow, a 16 to hit is definitely going to hit. Yeah, as... explain what Acid Arrow looks like, because I just love the name of it.
Yeah, Benson's not too sure himself. It's a bit of a new thing for him, and so when he casts it, it's less arrow shaped and more just almost like a green kind of bubbly spit that's coming out of his hand. It's not got a great shape to it, almost like a loogie, you might think.
Oh.
And we're gonna cast it at a level 2 and do 12 damage with it.
Oh shit.
Nice. Oh, damn. No, it is not dead.
Yeah.
Although it definitely turns around. Does it have to make like a saving throw or something? Like, is there...
On its next turn, it takes an additional 2d4 acid damage.
On its next turn. Okay, remember that for me. Remind me.
I will do my best.
I'm going to make a note, but I might not see it. Okay. So that is your action. Anything else you'd like to do, Benson?
No, I was going to use my bonus action to heal Allinger, but we took care of that, so we're just going to call it a night on that one.
Okay. I mean, you certainly can. He is only at 6 hit points, but it is up to you.
All right, if that's the case, then yes. We will use our bonus action, and we will cast whatever one it takes the bonus action. What is that? Healing Word? Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to mock him because, like, none of us would have been hurt by that mountain lion. Like,
Yeah.
it would have been uncomfortable, but we'd have been fine. We're all a little shocked that he dropped so quickly.
It's his first time fighting like this, guys.
I'm
Give
a
it
soft, squishy bard.
But yes, let's cast that at level 1 for him.
Okay.
Oh.
Healing word. Okay, you get 8 more, so you're back up to full.
Hey.
Damn, that was a good healing word too, huh? All right, yeah. So you, Alan, you're feeling great, feeling good. The blood stops gushing out of your neck where the bite mark is.
Yeah.
Benson, that ends your turn.
It does indeed.
Allinger, you're up, man.
Oh,
All right.
You're prone on the ground, with, a very large mountain lion right next to you that just had its teeth clamp in and drain the life right out of you.
Is it possible to cast Thunder Wave on this guy?
Sure is. Yeah, that's what kind of save for him? Is it a Constitution
you
save?
can get them both
It's like
in your 15-foot cube. If you can get
I
both of them.
I can try to get both of them.
Yeah, I think you pop up this thing, not expecting, and kind of like, shimmy around it without leaving its space so it doesn't get an attack of opportunity, and you can get into such a way that you will be able to hit both of them, but will not get Pua. Yeah, I think that's definitely doable. Ooh, we're hosted. Thanks, Starcrossed Mage. Appreciate it. So with that, what do I have to do for that? It's a saving throw, but what kind of save is it?
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
On a
So
failed save. Oh, you want me to keep going, or
one of them gets an 18. That's the one closest to you, and the one that was fighting Pua gets a natural 1. So.
All right, so on a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed.
Okay, roll for damage.
All right, so I just hit this little bad one right there.
Well, that's...
Yeah.
That's to attack, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's to attack. So.
No, click the thunder
yeah.
there.
There it goes.
Ooh,
Holy shit! Is that right?
2d8. And then he rolled a nat 20 though on that first attack roll. Does that not count?
It does count.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
it's gonna double the dice, which is 14, but not the +8, because it doesn't double the modifier. So that's going to do what is that? 28 plus 8 is 36 points of damage. That's impossible.
No, I think it's already doubled.
It already doubled it, right?
Yeah,
okay.
because it's
Wait, I thought that we had to do everything at disadvantage.
Not attacks, not an attack roll, just ability checks.
Okay.
Yep. So, okay, 14 plus, that makes more sense. That's still badass. That's what, 22 points of damage, thunder damage, to the one that's fighting Pua. So at that, Pua, the one that you're fighting head to head with, your spiritual weapon in the way, gets pushed 5 feet back away from you as this wave of thunder smacks into its side. The one next to you, Allinger, kind of steels itself and takes some of that damage, but does not get pushed away as it lowers its head and growls, now looking rough as it's kind of like bleeding from multiple places along its body. Very nice turn. What's half of 22 is 11.
Good thing we brought him back to life.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to do on your turn, Allinger?
Bonus. It's got to be a bonus action, though.
Okay. I quickly looking to see if I have any bonus action, and I don't think I do. So I think I'm good.
Okay. With that, we're back to the top of the round. Q, you are up. Arrow or bow in hand. Looking down, slightly elevated, looking across the way to Benson, as most of the battle is happening below you. What do you like to do?
I'm gonna pull out my daggers, and I'm gonna jump the one that was attacking Pua.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it kind of gets pushed back, and taking that moment of surprise, you just jump down, yelling, 2 daggers in hand. Yeah, roll to attack.
I'm doing one, and then the other one as a bonus, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, for So an 11 is not going to hit for that first one.
Boo.
As you kind of jump down, the first dagger swinging wide, you turn around and try to stab with the other one. 14 is still not going to work.
Oh.
Just barely this mountain lion. And when I say mountain lion, guys, by the way, I know my camera's not working and I usually put the fun pictures up. This beast has like glowing yellow eyes, right? Thick fur to protect itself in these harsh climates, but literally it looks as if rocks are growing out of pieces of its body, giving it a little bit extra protection from attack. It roars again at you as it jumps back, narrowly avoiding your blade. That is your action, your bonus action, and a decent amount of your movement jumping down there. Anything else you would like to do?
I'm just gonna look at my daggers and cry because I think that's the first time I've ever missed.
And while Q is crying, trying to do her really cool jump down, Rin, you are up. You are you are elevated, kind of on the side where Benson is, above where this melee is taking place.
Am I within melee range?
You are not. You could definitely jump back down to where you were before and get into melee range extremely easily.
All right, I'm gonna jump, and as I jump, I'm gonna take out my whip.
Yeah, whip away. Roll to attack. Who are you attacking? The one that was attacking Allinger or Pua?
Which one's looking rougher?
The one that was attacking Allinger, definitely.
Then I'm going for that one.
Sure.
Alright, gonna get out my whip and whip it in the face.
Yeah.
An 8 is not going. I think Rin really like pulls out the whip mid-air, feeling like Indiana Jones, and then goes to crack it, and Allinger goes, "Whoa!" as he backs up as it almost hits him in the face. Rin kind of like lands, steadies herself, and is like, "Oh, next time, feet on the ground before you whip." That is your action and some of your movement. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay.
Man, what happened to us?
I don't
We have like feelings and stuff now. What's happening?
It is.
Stop fighting and start negotiating. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Mm.
It is the mountain lion's turn. The one that you just whipped at, is kind of pissed that it's getting whipped at. It's going to turn around and attempt to attack you, Ren, as you're now like showboating with this whip in front of it.
Is that the acid one?
It is indeed, yes. So it takes damage, right, Benson?
2d4. Yeah.
Good job.
Roll 2d4 for me.
Let me just double check, make sure I'm not making that up. I'm pretty sure.
It is 2d4 because I wrote myself a little note that I didn't notice.
Perfect.
At least that's what you told me. And you look like a trustworthy fella.
Is it die?
Yeah, never mind. This thing is not going to attack you. Because as it opens its mouth, snarling, and goes to bite, it kind of hacks, coughs, and kind of like takes a step and just kind of falls over. Starts foaming at the mouth, entirely unable to rise. The other one, seeing his compatriot fall, looks at the lot of you now surrounding it.
It does say it's at the end of its turn.
Oh, okay, it's going to attack you first before all that happens then.
Oh.
That's an 18 to hit, Rin, with its claw.
Don't get you.
It's gonna get me.
It's okay. You have more
All
than
right,
12 hit
take
points.
9 slashing damage before it falls down dead, because that also happens. So it's down dead, but you've got some owies. Big claw mark, not good. The other one, seeing its friendo die right there, gets fucking pissed, and really grinds its claws into the ground and lets out a huge howl that again makes the earth shake below you, and more rocks come sliding down this path into where you are. I need everyone in the ravine, which is everyone except Benson, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, 14.
Pua fails. Allinger just passes. Rin passes.
You already went.
Benson
Oh, I
doesn't
see.
need it.
And Q is good, and Benson doesn't either. Okay. Yeah, so Bludgeoning damage on the failure, half as much. Okay, so everyone is going to take some damage.
Oh no.
12 points of damage.
That is 10 points of damage to Pua, and 5 points of damage to Q, Allinger, and Rin. You are not knocked prone or anything. This is a different effect than was happening before. But yeah, as these rocks fall around you, bludgeoning you, and this creature attempts to use that as a distraction to escape. So it runs away.
Yeah, you better run.
If you want to let it run away, it will run away. If you want to try to catch it, you could do that. But yeah, with its buddy dead, and now it's partially covered by the fallen rocks as well. You are all there, having survived this encounter.
You lived, Oliver. That was close.
Yeah, sorry about that, friend. Bring you on a quest. You almost get eaten. That's rough.
Aren't you? You would have died without us, though.
I was promised gems.
I think you hit your head when you came down that slide. See, I think we promised you, not gems. What kinds of gems?
I think it was like a new loot or something.
Yeah,
Just
a
like
gig.
We
I think it was a gig.
Lemons. So it's our slang for lemon.
It's these terrible sharp berries that I have.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
So you're alive. Hey, that's cool.
Made it.
Thanks to Pua.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
Basically, you owe her your life. I mean,
Literally.
yeah.
Literally.
Could I cure your wounds, perhaps?
You could.
Oh,
We should.
I need to do something.
I
You have to kill something now.
I think.
You're gonna heal us?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some cure wounds around if I can.
Sure.
Let's start with it should just do it for me. We'll do one to Rin, to Allinger,
10.
and
Whoa.
Pua. You probably got hit by that. You got hit pretty hard, so yeah. So that'll use all my level 1 spell slots. Still got some twos.
Ooh, I did 13.
Yep.
Throwing around those spell slots like they ain't nothing.
Yeah, you got the 10. Q got the 13. I'm sorry, Allinger got the 13. I thought Q was pretty well off.
Allinger was already at full, wasn't he? Oh no, not after the
No.
rock slide. Not after the rock slide.
Yeah, so I figured Q was probably in the best shape because she didn't get into combat.
Right.
So yeah.
All right. Yeah. With that, you guys, continue to make your way down the side of this mountain towards the Older Heart, victorious as you are, and we'll pick it up there next week.
Still alive, Ballinger. Still alive.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, guys. This was super fun. I'm sorry you couldn't see my very excited face with all the cool shit you were doing, but
We got a lot
That's
done.
awesome.
Got to do a lot. Negotiated a peace, possibly.
Yeah, jailbreak, peace negotiation,
Yeah.
mountain lion fucking them up.
yeah.
Threw some thunder around.
Flirted a little bit.
Almost,
Bored.
almost got in a relationship.
Yeah. Put that on the back burner for later. You're a busy guy.
A one-night stand.
Just buy her a nice seafood dinner first. It'll be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Bethany.
Bethany. All right. Yeah. And now you have to go and convince the Birdfolk Council to let Humble Folk, including your good buddy, Brad, onto the council. All right.
Out of that.
Thank you everyone so much. Thank you for playing and watching and hosting and chatting and cool shit tonight, guys. We were missing last week, but I was really happy to be able to get back to playing this week. All right.
Thank you.
Everyone have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.